Are you guys there on the call?
Yes, hi.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, friends, as you are all aware that every Saturday we touch up on a specific topic that is really of some significance and that matters most to the country. So this week, on this Saturday, we'll be talking about farming sector in northern India. As most of our listeners are aware, we had already had sessions with on farmers' issues in our earlier shows with Hindu rural journalist P. Sainath, Dr. Vandana Shiva from Navdanya Foundation, and senior agricultural scientist Dr. Ramanjanelu GV. As you are all aware, each one of them had a solid perspective on these farmers' issues that we see every day. And P. Sainath Garu, he touched about the fact that over 250,000 farmers committed suicides, and the intensity of the problem is extremely severe. And Dr. Vandana Shiva, when she was on our show, mentioned that farmers are literally losing their crop and life because of this hybrid seeds that are imported from other countries. Especially, she touched upon Monsanto and how it destroyed the farming sector. And she also brought in a perspective of how we as people can reconnect farmers, the society, and the earth. So after that, we had Ramanjanelu GV Garu. He brought up some interesting points that we are utilizing foreign technology that basically doesn't fit in to our existing farm needs in our country. So rather than just using the technology as is that is shipped from foreign land, it is better to tweak the technology that can fit into our native farmers' needs. So you can listen to all of our shows that were done earlier on youtube.com/NRI Samay. And also, please do like us on facebook.com/NRI Samay. I request all our listeners to spread the message of NRI Samay. So coming back to our show, as you know, friends, India is a very diverse country, and the way things work varies from region to region. Today we try to see how a bunch of IIT students, ex-IIT students, are making a huge difference to farming sector. And also, it looks really interesting because IIT Kharagpur seems to be an epicenter for innovation and young boys trying to do something that would benefit the country. We earlier had Rishikesh Singh and Sangpriya Rahul from RTI Anonymous team on our show. And today we are honored to have Manish Kumar, Shashank Kumar, Amrinder Singh on our show. And let me introduce each one of them here and go over their perspectives. First, we have Manish Kumar. This man is a very passionate person about social service right from his school days and worked with many NGOs. He was a co-founder of a society called Sambhav at IIT Kharagpur. Welcome to the show, Manish. It's a great honor to have you guys on our show today.
Thanks, Shrikant.
And next we have Shashank Kumar. He worked in a Delhi-based consultancy company for about 3 years after graduation. I'm sure he would have earned millions of rupees there, but after working there, he decided to quit. And from past 2.5 years, he's been working in the agricultural sector. He has worked in areas of supply chain, retail, and sales department as well. So welcome to our show, Shashank. It's really a pleasure having you on our show today.
Thank you, Shrikant. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Shashank. And next comes Amrinder Singh, a very passionate person and very passionate about social reforms as well. The team, the farms and farmers team, they say that he's very enthusiastic, energy, and towards grassroots level work. So he's been involved with many social organizations since his college days. So Amrinder, it's really a great honor to have you on our show. Welcome to our show.
Thank you, Shrikant.
Thank you. Now, Manish, let me first ask you this. In few words, if you could explain, why is IIT that makes it so different? I see so many young people passionately working for causes that matter most to the country, especially anti-corruption movement. I've seen them. And now I see you guys. It's been months. We have been talking at NRI Samay about Manish, Shashank, and Amrinder. So now you guys are working on helping these ailing farmers. So how is IIT different from other colleges? Can you throw some light to our listeners on that front?
Yeah, sure. Srikant, as most of our listeners must know about these IITs and these Indian Institute of Technologies, which are across the country, distributed across the country. These institutes are not just study something or just about bookworm, you can say. So when you are there for 4 years or 5 years in IITs, you get a confidence level which is we don't think it's possible in any other colleges across the country. So this confidence gives you the energy level, the motivation that you can go into any sector, whatever it be, either it's Bollywood, it's agriculture, or it's media, whatever it can be. You can excel in that field definitely without any confusion. So that's only because of this brand that calls IIT.
Excellent. Well said, Manish. There is definitely something, some magical thing going on at IIT Kharagpur especially, because I've been browsing yesterday night and I'm seeing how at various IIT students are working on various causes. And the most fascinating thing is I'm able to pull up IIT Kharagpur guys working for tribal areas, working on farm sector, working on anti-corruption movement. So seems like you have a magical environment there at IIT Kharagpur, and I'm so happy to have you guys on our show today. Now, Shashank, let me ask you this. Why did you guys prefer to jump into rural farm sector, putting everything aside? What motivated you, Shashank?
Yeah, Shrikant. I mean, first of all, there is a small correction. I did my studies from IIT Delhi, and after I got passed out from IIT Delhi in 2008, then, as you rightly said, then I was working with a consulting firm, and my working area was supply chain, retail, and FMCG. So during my job time, I got exposure of the one sector of the food sector, right? One end of the food sector, and that was the consumer side. And one common thing with all of us is that all of us belong to rural area, literally a small village of Bihar. And because of our upbringings, because of our origin, we had been already exposed to the another sector of food sector, and that was the grower segment, grower's end. So during my job side, we got a chance to get to know get to know the story of both the sides, grower side and consumer side, and somehow we could not understand the gap between growers and consumers. Being the reason that we belong to rural area, we thought to take this responsibility on our shoulder, and just we decided to, take a small start without thinking anything, in detail that what will happen in future, what will happen 5 years, 10 years down the line about our career and all. We just decided, we did some planning, we met some agriculturists, and we went ahead.
Very good, Shashank. My apologies for saying that you're from IIT Kharagpur, but it's like IIT brand itself is connecting young people across our country and making a huge difference. And Amrinder, I wanted to ask you,
Yes.
how are you guys doing now after starting farms and farmers effort? How is everything going at your side? What are the highs and what are the lows? If you could just throw some light on that, that will motivate our listeners as well.
Yes, sir, thanks. Yes, Srikant, we have been working for the past 1.5 years in the rural sector, living here whole time. Full time we are giving our time to the rural sector. There has been a lot of highs as well as lows also, but I will point out what are the main highs. Basically, the farmers, they have been cheated for several times. In fact, before us, we came to our village, there has been a lot of people who came and they are cheated. So there we can see as a problem as well as the advantage for us, so that we can improve what they have been cheated. We could see the opportunity we could develop and improve the sector, farm sector. They have been cheated several times, and so there is one more opportunity. And there is lows that when we meet farmers on a regular basis, out of 100 farmers, could say that 20 or 30 turns up for at our belief that yes, we are ready to believe on you. So this is one low we can see, but again we are seeing this as an opportunity that there is again a blessing in disguise that this motivates us to work harder and harder, and we believe that in the coming future there will be 100% turn up for the farmers. So that they would believe on farms and farmers that we are doing on a better work. We are doing as a better work.
Excellent, excellent, Amrinder. Very well put. Your words are fascinating. You told farmers are being cheated several times. This is so sad to listen. Yeah, but the words you used was really it's like a jump start thinking about this sector seriously. Farmers being cheated several times, and that's a key area that you guys are really focusing on. I really congratulate all three of you for making this effort sustainable. Now, Manish, I wanted to come back to you. It's easy to create an organization or a group, but it is difficult to sustain both monetarily and voluntarily. How do you guys sustain these efforts?
Shrikant, first of all, I should start with what you told about voluntarily, because financial, all of us, Shashank, Amrendra and myself, all of us don't focus on the financial part in the beginning. So as far as this volunteer term is concerned, you can see that Amrendra joined us in 2011. Farms and Farmers started in 2010. So Amrendra passed out from NIT Jamshedpur, and then he got 2 job offers from campus placement. He left both the jobs, and he started himself in the village, in his own village, the farming thing. And he started with 30 acres of land with few farmers and started cultivating some medicinal herbs. And through some article in national newspaper, he came to know about Farms and Farmers. And then he called us, and then all of three become agreed that why not we start, why not we do together. So this is an example of that like-minded people come together in any circumstance, and it may take some time, but we will find the true person which can take our job forward. So this part will be taken care of, you can say, by the grace of God or by our effort. And sure, we started with 2 people, 3, and I may say that we are in the process of being 4. So it's working. On the financial part, I think Shashank would better explain this thing to you.
Got you. So very well said. Now, Shashank, it's like I wanted to ask you, what's the plight of let's step back a little bit and then try to understand what's the plight of North Indian farmer. So what are the challenges? And if you could bring in a little bit of comparison between a North Indian farmer or North Indian farming sector with South Indian farming sector, that'll be awesome, because we have a lot of listeners from across the country. I just wanted to step back a little bit and then try to bring in a perspective on what's the difference between the North Indian farming and South Indian farming, if you are aware of it. And what would you say is the plight of a North Indian farmer? I know across the board it's really bad, but I wanted to get a sense of how it is in the North Indian farming sector.
Okay, sure. Firstly, I would like to start from where Manish ended for the last question. And your last question was that how do we sustain? So as all of us know that, and Amrendra also mentioned that actually small and marginal farmers have been cheated plenty of times. So what we observe during our day-to-day operation, that daily a person comes in a village with a new plan, with new schemes, with their products, and after selling their respective products and services, they don't bother about the performance of their respective products and services. They don't even try to know that how their products or services have performed during the season. After knowing the problems of thousands of farmers, before we started our work, we met more than 2,000 farmers to understand their problem. And on the basis of their problems, we conceptualized our working model, and we decided to provide them end-to-end services. It means right from the crop selection to marketing. Because usually what we had observed that farmers are facing plenty of problems at every stages of cultivation. And this is the common problem with farmers belong to, across the country. Doesn't matter in which location they belong to, North India or South India, but they are facing plenty number of problems at every stage of cultivation. Which is the right possible combination of crop which need to be cultivated. They don't know. There is no logic behind the crop selection. Once they decide the crop with whatever logic, there is no right way to source, to procure right quality of inputs at the right price at the right time. During the season, what could be the best possible production technique? They are completely unaware of the latest techniques. And lastly, after facing hundreds of problems, if they grow something, then marketing is the biggest problem. So after knowing all these problems, we conceptualized our working model to provide them end-to-end solutions, and we call it that we are offering 360-degree services. Now, moving to the last question, that how do we sustain? We also realized that it's not justified to charge them during the season. Okay, and once we decided to charge them at the end of season, once the crop is sold. So we start our work at the time of crop selection, and in the beginning, we do not charge anything. Farmers enroll with our organization as a member, and that membership fee is just 100 rupees for a farmer per year. And during the season, we help them, we provide them with our numbers of services, be it crop selection, training and workshops, field visits by experts, right information related to market and prices, and lastly, marketing. That is the biggest strength of our organization. And at the end of season, once crop is sold, then we take our service charge to sustain our organization. So that was the answer of last question where Manish ended. Now moving to the next question, Shrikant, that what is the difference, what we see between the North Indian farmers and South Indian farmers is, see, the good thing is, like with North Indian farmers, they have one edge. They are sitting in a location where soil is more fertile than South India, right? Because of more number of rivers, you can say. Simultaneously, the flip side of the story is there are some more trends of climatic uncertainties like floods. Again, reason is same, more number of rivers. So talking about Bihar, UP and Jharkhand, where primarily we are working, we see that land holding pattern is very small with respect to South Indian farmers. For example, in Bihar, in Vaishali where we are working, Vaishali is the district from where we started our journey in 2008. So in that district, average land holding farmer is just 2.5 acres. It means 1 hectare of land. So can you imagine that a farmer of having, family size of average 5 to 6 people, and for them they don't have any alternative source of revenue. They are completely dependent upon agriculture, and they have to survive. They have to bring all their survival income from just 1 hectare of land.
Wow.
So that is the most difficult part. That is the most difficult side or part of the farmer story. So in North India, in most of the states, you will find similar story, that average land holding pattern is significantly lower than South Indian farmers. Soil is fertile. They can take, better production than South Indian farmers, but because of their small scale, they cannot, they are not in a position so that they can explore better remunerative crops. Second thing is connectivity problem. Like in South India, you will see that more than ports. Most of the ports are located in south or western part of India. But in North Indian, there is just one port, and that is Kolkata, right? So for global market or for export perspective, like North Indian farmers are not blessed with more market opportunity, unlike South Indian farmers. If you will see the export pattern, then in that area, South Indian farmers are doing really good. Even if we are talking about jute, or be it rubber, be it spices, so they are doing good.
Okay.
So another so first one factor was the one difference was the land holding pattern, and second was the market thing. The rest of the thing, I would say, like in most of the states across the country, problems are similar, same problems in, though we are working in Bihar, although we have been working in since just a year and a half, but during this span of time, we have received call from each and every state, I can say. Each and every state, even from Punjab and Haryana, which are, supposed to be most developed states in agriculture. Right. We have received call from farmers of all of these states of the country that they are not happy with the agricultural return. Wow. They have been making losses. So whenever they get to know about such organizations like us, that there is some organization which is, trying to maximize the profit for farmers, every time they make call. Unfortunately, we are not in a position so that we can go outside of the Bihar because we have very limited resources. We are, as Manish said, that we are just in a team of 3, but one day definitely we will go.
Awesome. And Manish, if you could elaborate on what Shashank has mentioned just now, he was saying that farmers enroll to your organization, Farms and Farmers. So how do they trust you? What's their motivating factor? You're saying that 2 things that I wanted to know here is, you're saying that farmers should enroll to your organization. How do they at least know that they should enroll to your organization? How does they drive themselves to enroll? Second thing is, it's like, what's the trust they have got, and why should they trust you? How is that you're connecting all these people together?
Yes, as Amrendra has already mentioned, that out of 100 farmers, we meet maximum 10, 15 or 20 farmers believe on Farms and Farmers. So this justifies what your question asks. So we, all of us, Shashank, myself and Amrendra, all of us, and we have a small team as well. So all of us go to village by village. We meet all farmers personally, and then we try to make a small group of 8 farmers, 10 farmers, and we held a meeting in the villages, and we try to convince them. We try to tell them that what are the problems they are facing and why we are there, and we are not a cheater. Although very farmers think that we are again another group of cheaters. So we try to convince, and sure, at this stage, this is our starting stage. So although intellectual level of country thinks that we are doing a great job, but in any social sector, this is the irony that the people for whom you are working, they are not going to trust you easily. And it's good also, because they have been, as Amran said, they have been cheated so many times. So it takes time. As far as this building trust is being concerned, so we started in 2010. We started with a pilot. Shashank and myself went to a single village, that was my native village, and we went to this village for more than, I may say that 10 to 12 times. We met many farmers, and finally we came up with just 5 acres of land after 3 months of hard labor. So this was the thing we achieved, and after doing all the analysis, after implementing our model, we showed that few of our farmers made more than 200% net profit, what they had been earning earlier. So this was the thing, how farmers started to trust on Farms and Farmers, and they thought, no, during the 4-month season, we provided a service to these farmers. They saw that in these 4 months, 2 times trainings were being provided, and scientists came to their field, they visited their field, they gave their suggestions, and finally we marketed the products as well at the very good prices. So this started the trust building, and now this is the model which we are implicating everywhere, and we are trying to extend our team so that this thing can be done at a larger level, because it's not possible to do a pilot project in a village and then wait for 4 months and then people will come to know about you. So we are trying to make so many volunteers and they will do the same thing parallelly at so many places.
Okay. Very good, very good. Now, Amrinder, coming to you, as Shashank has mentioned that you encourage people to, like FNF, which is farms and farmers, would put in some seed money and then go through their the entire chain of their crop cultivation and then finally expect the returns at the end. Can you explain me this chain of how this works? That means, how do you guys pick few farmers? How do you put in the seed money, make sure they cultivate the crop, and finally look at the end results? Can you explain the chain for me, Amrinder?
Yeah, of course, Srikant. See, we don't force our farmer to pay the seed money right the first time they come to know about us. We don't force. Let the first training come. First training, we organize the first training. Let the farmers believe on us. Then they automatically pay. We don't force them. Okay, this is the first thing. This is, in fact, you can say the let the farmer believe on us that no, we are doing a good job. In fact, weekly basis we do visit. In fact, and what are the crops we plant, we make a farm visit on weekly basis. If there is any problem or not. So they automatically start believing on us that no, we are living in villages and we are regularly visiting their farm. So they start believing and they automatically pay. We don't force any person, any farmer to pay the seed money right the first time they are coming to our office or right the first time they are enrolling to SNF. This is, you can say, the one USP that is making farmers to believe on us. As I told you previously, that they have been treated, people come, sell their product and take the price money from the farmers, and they never return to the same village again. So this is one USP, and one more. As I said, we regularly visit their farm, and if there is any problem, so we on the farm itself, we directly contact with the scientists. There are 12 to 13 scientists in our advisory group. So if for a particular crop, if there is any problem, we directly consult on the field to the scientists and we provide solution to the farmers. So this is the process, this is the chain, and as Manish told you that the most important thing is marketing. We sold every product, what we have piloted or till now what we have done at a better market price than the local market price they are getting. So this is the things we are doing, and we are hopeful that we'll be doing all over BR very soon.
Excellent. Now, Shashank, I want to come back to you. And I'm seeing on your website that you guys have a specific farming model, like any other IT sector that has various different models for successful business. So this is the first time I'm hearing anyway. Can you tell us why such a farming model is needed? And I wanted to clearly see the difference between a farmer going to FNF and then reaping the benefits than another farmer who's still not trusting FNF. So I wanted to understand, how will you change? Let's imagine there's a farmer who's not trusting FNF. What would be his returns? And I wanted to know a farmer who trusts FNF with your model, and what's the, if you give it in numbers, that will be awesome. I wanted to understand that, and most of our listeners will benefit out of it too.
Sure, why not? Srikant, let me tell you the list of problems what farmers are facing during their cultivation process, right?
Sure.
So their problems, like here I go, their problem starts, as I already mentioned, their problem starts like what is the best possible cropping pattern depending upon the soil quality. 1. 2. From where they have to buy a right source of agricultural input. So the first problem is they don't know what is the best possible crop which need to be cultivated. Second, unavailability of the right or good quality of agricultural inputs. Third, unawareness of the latest production technique. Fourth, during the season, if they face any kind of problem, which is very likely, where to go? There is no way of troubleshooting. Next, during the season, if they want to know information related to market, weather, again, no option. And lastly, when when harvesting is done, where to go, where to sell their farm produce. At the end of season, you won't believe, a cycle puller comes and they buy their farm produce, irrespective of the market condition.
Right.
Farmers don't even know that at what price their farm produce will be sold. They don't even know what is the performance. They don't even know the feedback of their hard work of last 5 to 6 months. In corporate world, after every 3 months, after every 6 months, we have a feedback system, right? We get feedback of our work from our clients, but unfortunately there is no system of feedback in the agricultural world. Moving to the part that how farmers get benefited once they are associated with FNF.
Yes.
As we already mentioned, that we have conceptualized our working model on the basis of all the problems we had observed when we met more than 1,000 farmers. So we start our work at the time of crop selection, okay, on the basis of soil quality. And again, I would like to add one point when Manish was answering last question. So you can understand, like, we have 3 sets of people. One set is of buyers, or you can say, industry, who need agricultural products, like food processors, exporters, retailers. Another set is of our farmers, the network of farmers we had built. And third set is of agriculturists, experts who have agricultural knowledge, right?
Right.
So, step 1, we get to know, we try to understand the agricultural requirement of set 1, from buyers. Then we pass it on this information to set 2, farmers. And then during the production, they need any kind of technical intervention that will be given by set 3 from agriculturist.
Mm-hmm.
Another production support FNF provides in form of centralized procurement of agricultural input, or field visits, or right information and all. So you can say that step 1 was, again, moving to our operation part, step 1 was the crop selection, and that is being done on the basis of soil profile, farmer's profile.
Do you guys do the soil testing?
Yes,
Yep.
yes, of course. So that crop selection is being done on the basis of soil testing, soil profile, farmer's profile, and the most important thing is market demand. It's not like that at the end of season, once your crop is harvested, you are searching for the market, right? And usually it happens. You will not find any synchronization between the buyer's demand and the cropping pattern or variety selection of the farmers. So that crop selection is done. There is list of logic behind the crop selection. Then that procurement of agricultural input. On the behalf of our farmers, we directly speak to manufacturers of agricultural input. And for most of the seeds, we try to get it from the agricultural university, because we believe that that is the best source of agricultural input, seeds. Apart from agricultural universities, again we directly speak to manufacturers. For few of the crops, we just grow the seeds by our selective farmers. Again, now I'm getting into some technical things. Few of the crops like potato seeds, we just grow it by our own farmers. We have identified some farmers. We have provided training and some technical skills to them, so that they can grow potato seeds by their own. And we just give it to the potato seeds is being distributed to the other farmers. So again, next step is the availability of our purchase or procurement of the agricultural input. For rest of the things, again, like market related information, weather related information, for training, for workshops, our advisories support us. We have collaborations with agricultural universities. There is 2 agricultural universities in Bihar. We also collaborated with Birsa Agricultural University, Ranchi. We also know few of the scientists of Pantnagar University. So from them, we get technical intervention very frequently during the season. And lastly, again, market. Because market survey we have already done at the time of crop selection. So we don't face any kind of problem in selling the farm produce. And the most important thing is we successfully eliminate the middlemen between buyers and growers.
Excellent.
So now the reason why farmers get benefited, like because of our intervention, they are getting benefited at each and every step of cultivation. At the time of crop selection, that is, benefit cannot be quantified, but because of that centralized procurement system, their cost of cultivation goes down by approximately 15 to 20%.
50,
right?
50%.
In our absence, they have to rely on local retailers. But because of our presence, reason we directly speak to manufacturers, and we have a centralized procurement system, their cost of cultivation goes down by 15 to 20%. So that is one direct financial benefit during the season. Again, 100 rupees per farmer per year for all the services, training, workshops, information, field visits, everything.
Wow.
Fine. At the end of season, because their farm produce is being sold directly to the buyer, directly to the institutional buyer, they don't need to go to the multiple channels. There, at that step, they experience in past 1.5 years, they have experienced another 25 to 30% jump so far. And trust me, this is very conservative figure I'm telling you. Sometimes we have seen that farmers have experienced more than 100% benefit. But, most of the times we have seen this. But, again, we claim it that, after the whole procedure, farmers experience roughly 30 to 35% increment in the income from agriculture. Right? Reason why they don't trust us, as we are repetitively telling you that they have been cheated plenty of times. Just try to think from their perspective. There are 3 young people who don't have agriculture background, right?
Right.
And they are just working since 1.5 years. Okay.
Right.
So, and where they are not well connected with the media world, with the internet world, so that they have a prior information about FNF.
Right.
Fine. So for them, we are just, we are a new organization. Although we have been working since 1.5 years, although we have been working in 8 districts of Bihar, though we have been working with thousands of farmers, every month we provide training to more than 5,000 farmers, but they don't know because there is no proper channel of information. For them, we are just another salesman.
Right.
So for them, it's very difficult to believe, but we are well confident. We are very confident because this working model is designed on the basis of their problems. And like few of the problems I did not mention. See, in agriculture, why farmers are the biggest sufferers? Reason why they are not happy, because of whom entire world is surviving. Because in India, approximately 70% farmers fall under category of small and marginal farmers. Unfortunately, in Bihar, this percentage is 87%.
Wow.
What I was saying that they have just average 2.5 acres of land. Fine.
Right.
So this is the strongest figure, you can say, or this is the strongest reason, or this is the root cause of all of these problems.
Wow.
They are small farmers. They have just 2.5 acres of land. They cannot earn much from a limited area. They know that they can grow better crops. They can cultivate more lucrative or remunerative crop. But they are not in a position so that they can take risk because they don't have large chunk of land.
I understand.
They know that they can buy seeds at cheaper rate if they will go to university. But unfortunately, they are sitting in a place which is 150 kilometers far from the university. If they go and come back, that will take, they will have to spend up roughly 250 to 300 rupees. And that is a significant percentage of their whole agricultural income.
Right.
Right? They know that they can interact with scientists. They know that they can collect information related to latest production technique from agricultural universities or other centers. But again, the similar problem.
Yeah, so you guys are connecting all of these. You guys are connecting all of these together and then delivering it to the farmer, right?
Yes.
And you mentioned that I wanted to quickly jump onto this. You mentioned that retailers, you've reduced the impact of the retailers and the middlemen. So they must be really angry on you guys, right? So how are you sustaining that too in Bihar? Any quick 10 seconds input on that?
Yeah, sure. See, the good thing is like you will not find unity among them. This is the good thing why we or any other such organization, they can easily eliminate them because they are not united. Usually a middleman, usually the catchment area of a middleman is just 2 to 3 villages. So the moment they see that you are operating at much larger scale than them, they will leave you. They cannot harm you.
Super point. Farming community has no unity, right? Very well said.
No. Not among farming community.
Mm-hmm.
Those middlemen are not united.
Oh, okay. The middlemen are not united. That's the new one.
Yes, catchment area of a middleman is just 2 to 3 villages. And the most important thing, like farmers are knowing that we are working for their benefit. It's not. They know that they have been cheated by middlemen. But just because of the reason that they don't have any alternative source, they have to rely on them. But the day when they will say, a light in form of organization like FNF or we people, they will support us even at the time. I mean, whenever we'll be harmed by such middlemen.
I got it. Now we are being pondered with so many questions here. Let me quickly go over them. Friends, you're listening to NRI Samay live from Los Angeles. And we have 3 fascinating young men here with us, Tank, Manish, Amrinder. So all of you 3, we are being pondered with some questions from NRIs here. We have, let me quickly, there are so many questions here. Let me go over to Suren from North Carolina. So we have Suren from North Carolina asking, Manish, can you shed some light on tree farming and whether it is good or not? So can you light, Manish?
No, pardon. Can you please repeat the question?
Yeah, Suren
SRI.
Carolina is asking, can you shed some light on tree farming, tree farming, and whether it is good for the farming community?
Yes. So it's the question related to the explanation of three methods.
Yeah, SRI, it is. Yes,
SRI is what they are
just free method is just a method of cultivating the paddy, which is I think the major part of India, or you can say major part of North India cultivates paddy in the season called Kharif.
Okay.
So it's just a method which increases the produce. The production by at least twofold. So generally, the farmers use the traditional method, and they get around this 1 ton of paddy, 1 ton or say 1.25 tons from 1 acre of land. But this is free, what is known as a system of rice intensification. In this method, this is although a labor intensive method, so this needs little bit much more labor, but it gives you the production which is more than twofold of the traditional method. So it gives at least 2.5 or 3 tons per acre, and this is a good news. Most of the listeners must be knowing that this year a farmer of Bihar has broken the world record of paddy production using this free method.
Oh wow. So, do you guys in FNF, if you're interacting with paddy farmers, do you guys suggest them to go through this methodology of tree farming?
Yeah, actually, we have provided the trainings many times. More than 1,000 farmers have been trained for this system of rice intensification, and many of them use this method, and it's a very good symbol that farmers are being attracted towards this method. And in the regions like Bihar and UP and this northern India, where the farmers have very low land holding. So this is the method that can increase the production of paddy, and in Kharif season, very few alternatives of paddy are there. So they are forced to cultivate paddy. So free method is just you can say it's a blessing for these farmers. So we provide training, and we try to convince farmers that they should use this method.
Very good, very good. Now, I have a question from Ravi from New York. Amrinder, you mentioned that you've got connected to farms and farmers community, Shashank, Manish, and then you all collaborated together to start up this effort with farms and farmers. So, you've already had that background. He was asking, Ravi from New York is asking, what is the role of microfinancing in farming sector in Bihar? Can you throw some light on that, Amrinder?
Yeah, definitely, I can say that. Already we have said several times that and the major problem of farmers is that they have a small land holding. So whatever they produce, most of them they use for their own purpose, for personal consumption. So only you can say that they sold in the market about 50 or 40% of the produce, and for that produce the money they are getting, they have to depend their livelihood on that. So during every production season, they used to get money from the local money lender, you can say, and they charge a hefty amount of interest. You can say that in villages they are charging per month 5% per 100 rupees. So we can see that there is a huge role of microfinance. Like if any good microfinance comes into action in Bihar or any part of the farming community, I can say that especially in Bihar, there is a huge scope of microfinance because their money lender charges hefty amount of interest. You can say that, and there is a huge role.
Wow. So, Shashank, this question is from Vikas, who's from Dublin, Ireland, and his question to you is, first of all, kudos to NRI Samay and FNF team, and my question is FNF contemplating any venture to stop rising suicide cases of farmers? Shashank, can you throw some light?
Okay, because firstly, thanks for this question. I mean, really, I would like to appreciate because you have thought on this part, and that is the burning issue related to agriculture, that suicidal stories of farmers. See, actually, currently we are working in Bihar, and precisely north part of India, and usually, I mean, to be very honestly, we have not seen farmers of Bihar who are committing suicides. Okay, but our belief is like reason why they are forced to commit suicide, because simple reason, they are not making profits from agricultural source, and they don't have any other source of income apart from agriculture. So just a simple reason, like if we create a scenario by using which they can enhance, they can increase their agricultural income, they can reach towards sustainability, so of course this percentage or this trend will break down, and that we are trying to do.
Very good. Okay. And Amrinder, this question is for you. Are farmers generally receptive to what you're saying? Do they follow your recommendations? What are all the problems you face? Can you depict an example if you have any?
As we said that once the farmers come to our office or any of the central representative, we first tell them that whatever the instructions we are giving to you, we have to follow. This is first and foremost condition, because we are not charging anything. So what are the instructions given to them at the training point or or any of the instructions like when to spray the any input or like insecticide or pesticide, they have to follow. But it's again the percentage turn, you can say that out of 100 they are turning 20, and again some of them early believes that we are young guys and we don't have much of the agricultural background. So we can again say that there is 10 to 15% of the 100 followers that they don't easily believe on us again. But we are focusing, and we whenever we go to the farm, then we put trust on them to please believe on us. Let this season, for one particular season, believe on us, and then they are doing that. But again, there is a problem, and we are again focusing on how to make lot of trust so that they can believe on us.
Excellent, excellent. And Manish, we have a question from Pradeep Pratipati from Machilipatnam, Andhra Pradesh. And his question is drip irrigation suitable to all regions or not?
Yes, Pradeep, I should tell you that all of us know that plants are living, and plants have also life. So just like mankind, we drink water whenever we feel thirsty. So similar thing happens in case of plants, and they also need water at a certain level at a certain time interval. But due to some problem, due to availability of water, what we do that we irrigate off once in 10 days or 15 days or once in a month, because we don't have any system like drip irrigation. But if we supply water to the plants in a limited quantity, because they need just a small quantity, and once we fulfill that quantity, we should stop, and again after 1 day or 2 days they again need, and then at the time of their requirement, if we provide water, that will be the best practice. So drip irrigation is the same thing. What it does, that it supplies water up to a limited level what the plants need, and then you can stop that supply. So it doesn't save water. It also increases the productivity and plant growth. So I don't think that this is a question of whether it's suitable for a particular area. The drip irrigation is suitable for all crops at all places.
Very good. Now I have one of my friend on Facebook. He is asking me personally, can you ask the team if they have tied up with some companies that are providing some excellent services via SMS. He's mentioning that Reuters is there. Reuters is providing support. Nokia's SMS service. He's saying that he's hearing some stories of people in Bangalore who are sending SMS to farmers directly onto their cell phones with the latest information and technology, the latest information on rains and crop harvesting and other things. Do you have any update on that? Manish, Shashank or Manish, you want to pick that up?
Yeah, I would like to go. Mm-hmm. Even on a similar note, a couple of months back, we had been going through a news that that had been published in GOI that farmers are using Facebook to collect more information related to agriculture, weather, and price. So, and based on our experience, again, Shrikant, we can tell you that, and this would be another difference between North India and South Indian farmers, that in around us in Bihar and UP, we have seen that for farmers, cell phone is just a device from which they can place a call and they can receive a call. They don't know how to send SMS. They don't know how to check their inbox. So, firstly, and in fact, few models already exist in the market. Like, for example, like Airtel have collaborated with IFCO and they are into sending messages to farmers and all, and there are many other examples we have seen. But unfortunately, and this is the main reason you can say, or this is the weakness of the rural people, that they are not well aware of using cell phone. So you can say that at this stage, at this moment, such service will not have that impact. But in future, definitely, 10 days, they didn't have cell phone, but now they are using cell phone very frequently or very easily. So maybe in future, maybe down the line, we can train them. We can, and they should be trained. They should be knowing that how to check SMSs, because once they will be in a position to use cell phones very frequently, then like 30% problem of agriculture will be, rectified very easily, because that will be a easier source to approach them, easier media to communicate them, to convey them right information, right instruction. And in our case, as Amrendra mentioned or Manish mentioned, that we go to each and every villages, we try to interact with them one-on-one, we or our team. So if, just imagine a scenario when once farmers are in a position to, check their messages on cell phone, then our job will be much easier, and we can reach to much larger scale what we are willing to do.
Very good, very good. We have Vamshi Krishna from San Francisco Bay Area, and his question, Manish, is: we can help if someone can implement virtual help centers for farmers. Are you guys thinking in that direction? Manish, can you go over this question, please?
Virtual help center for farmers.
That's correct, yes.
Oh, so honestly saying, I didn't get the question. What it's saying about virtual health center. So may I ask Shashank if he knows about what it means?
His question is, if there is some, let's imagine, this is my understanding. Of course, Vamshi, if you're still on nrisamay.com, and then he's been chatting on NRI Samay. I've been seeing it live coming through.
Okay.
And Vamshi, as I understand, what he says is, let's imagine you have a small village wherein the farmers are cultivating a crop product or something like that. So his understanding, I think my understanding of his question is, if you have
Shrikant, I got the point.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I got the point.
Sure.
See, it's a very valid question Vamshi has made here. Or in fact, I think we should have explained it earlier. Like, since we are into offering end-to-end services, we are into offering 360-degree services. The reason why we are into this model, because it's very important to support our farmers at every stage, every step of cultivation, and that is not possible without having such centers. And let me tell you, Vamshi, we have already such centers in Bihar, because it's not possible, we are working in 8 districts of Bihar currently. We are working with roughly 1,300 farmers currently, and it's not possible for just 3 people to remain present every time. So this is the reason why we have thought to put such centers in rural area, so that farmers can go there, they can collect relevant information, they can collect relevant instructions, and in future we are trying to introduce such centers at every block level of the state. Or in fact, we also try to encourage local people to run these centers, so that apart from one will ensure involvement of the local people, and simultaneously we will be in a position so that we can create more employment opportunity in rural area. So creating such virtual centers is the high time requirement for the agriculture sector. Without having such centers, we cannot do what we are dreaming.
Very good, very good. And we just passed 10 friends. This is NRI Samay live from Los Angeles. And Manish, Amrinder, Shashank I'll have another couple of questions for you guys, and I'll let you go, guys. So is that okay?
Okay,
no problem.
Fine, Shashank.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. So there's one other question that's being asked, Manish. What are the financial costs that are involved in the entire process? That means, how much do you guys put in?
The financial thing is we handle. So initially, we move from step to step. Initially, we need the crop selection part, which is done by our the market survey and depends on advisory committee suggestions, both. So initially, we need some part, means few financial aid to survey the market. Fortunately, due to our brand, due to IT brand and IT brand, none of our these advisory committee members charge anything from us. They provide their suggestions free of cost. After that, when we move to procure the seeds or inputs, at that time we require a huge amount of capital. And since we are all of us have started and we don't have any huge savings, so this is one of the toughest stage where which we face, and we go through some of our friends' help, or we get some capital from our well-wishers. So this we go, we procure some seeds, and once farmers buy their seeds, we again get the money back. So and again after that, the field visits are being done by these scientists who generally don't charge. And at the time of marketing, again we require a huge capital, because at this time farmers don't have any trust, or even if they have trust, we have to pay at least 50% or 75% at the time of purchasing, collecting the goods from those farmers. Once we sell these products to the market, we can return the money. So at this time we just need some, you can say, some money, buffer capital, and this is the you can say this is a problem, or this is which stops us from going to a large scale suddenly.
Very good, very good. Friends, we are in conversation with Farms and Farmers team that was started by alumni of IIT Kharagpur, IIT Delhi, and also NIT Jamshedpur. So these guys are extremely focused on rural development and agriculture, and with the aim of providing end-to-end solutions, the FNF team is making efforts to help the farmers. Right now they're focused in Bihar. And coming back to you, Shashank, the question is, how big is your team, and as an organization, did you guys hit break-even, and are you guys even profitable? That's the question one of our listeners is having here on Facebook.
Okay. So we are in we are in a team of 12 people. Okay, where 3 of us you already know. Yes. And apart from which recently we have taken another, one more person in our team, and he has done his MBA. And then we have, rest of the 8 people are working, are at the level, who are taking care of day-to-day operation, and who are into running our centers, which is located in rural area, primarily responsible for for the farmers mobilization and all. So we are in a team of you can say 4 plus 8, and next part of the question was that whether we are breaking even or not. So recently we have reached at this level, so that we are breaking even. But in agriculture, like we, as Manish was saying, that we need working capital if we have to scale it up, right? So at this stage, yes, we are breaking even, but we realize that we have such a working model, so that moment we need to scale it up, we need some working capital. So at this stage, yes, we are breaking even, but financially, I would say I would not place ourselves at a comfortable situation. So it will take time, and it's justified also, because in agriculture you cannot expect some return just after a year and a half. It's not justified. So and even we have not come to with that intention that after just 1.5 years we'll be in a position so that we'll make huge amount of money. That's not like that. That was not the intention. So we are ready for another couple of years. That's not a problem. That main purpose is to pass on most of the benefit to the bottom of pyramid, that is being done. Okay, we are getting some financial support from our well-wishers who believe that we are doing good work. So maybe in future, or for sure in future, we will scale it up, and then we'll be in a position so that we'll be making money or we'll be profitable, you can say.
Now, Manish, that's the one that I'm going over right now. The last and final question that I wanted to ask you guys is, are you getting any support from your IIT alumni or friends, and do you get any support from NRIs? Did you set up some contact points in various countries who can support your fantastic cause? So can you throw some light, Amrinder, if you have got idea on that front, can you throw some light on that?
Yes, it can definitely. See, actually, for the past 1.5 years, actually, we are trying to understand the problem. In fact, for the 2.5 years, we are trying to problem, and we have not approached any of the IIT alumni, and in fact, I myself from NIT Jamshedpur, we have not approached because we want ourselves to to understand the problem and develop little by little steps. But if anybody want to support us, that will be great help for us. Because we are at the early stage, all of us have left. In fact, Manish and myself has not joined any of the job, so we don't have any earning or saving for us. And so we are struggling. But thanks to our friends, they are helping us at most of the times whenever we are needed. But if any IT or NIT alumni is ready to help us, that will be in fact a great help for us.
And I was just wondering. Been some time that you guys have started this. Any support from state government? Any support from NGOs? Anything on that front?
Just this what Amin said. Actually, it may not direct support, but this, as you said, IT brand is enough, and few of IT alumni are supporting. Maybe not financially. Maybe someday, if some of IIT alumni or some alumni association or an IIT alumni association may come about us and they will have some faith on us, then they can support us. So, as Amanda said, we are doing our job, and we believe that once we show the model what we are trying to show, many people will come forward. What the government sector. So till date, honestly, we haven't got any support, direct support from the government or any other NGOs, if you are talking about financial. But obviously about moral support or about any other technical support, all these government institutions like Krishi Vigyan Kendra, universities, or any government officials personally, they all are supporting us a lot on a personal level, on a motivational level. So we can't say that they are not supporting. But yes, if you are trying to ask about financial part, so they are not supporting till date.
Okay. And Shashank, I wanted to ask you one final question. Do you guys expect any support for your cause? Is there any place where NRIs or friends around the world can look into your efforts, and then how do they get connected to you? How do they donate? Or if you could can shed some light on how people can get connected and support your cause. I know this is not an easy thing. Of course, all of you guys have definitely would have got lucrative jobs, but still you've put everything aside, jumped into this sector, and then tried helping it out. So can you tell our listeners how they can start off understanding you and how they can contribute to your causes, and what are the various ways listeners can contribute?
Yeah, Shrikant. See, as during our discussion we have already mentioned, or we have already said that financially we will not place FNF in a comfortable position at this stage, though we are breaking even, but we are operating at much lower scale what we are dreaming to do in future. We are covering just 1.5 thousand farmers, while our country has millions of farmers who need such services. this is the requirement of agriculture industry, so that we can go to maximum part of the country, and that is not possible without huge working capital. The reason we are just 1.5 years old organization, we cannot get any kind of direct financial support from any other institution, be it government or any other financial institution, because they have a strict criteria of having 3 years of work experience, 3 years old organization. Again, we are just 1.5 years old organization. We don't have even ATG or 12AA registration, which is required. Like if you are thinking that you are donating and if you are expecting tax exemption, then sorry, that is not possible too in our case. But yes, you are thinking that there is a small group of good people. They are trying to do some good work in the village, in the rural area, in agriculture sector. Then definitely you can support, and yes, we need your support, or farmers for whom we are working, they need your support. Needless to say that all of us are directly or indirectly related to village, rural area, or food and agriculture sector, you can say. So if you believe, I don't know that, all of the listeners have come across with entire conversation or not. But if you don't have proper information of our work, you can go to our website, that is farmsandfarmers.org. You can go to our Facebook page by searching Farms and Farmers. You can get to know about our work. We try to keep it posted very frequently, that what all we have post related to our developments and work. So you can go to our website. That will be again a contact point also. You can find full contact details of all of us on our website. And before supporting us, if you have any kind of question in your mind, please feel free to ask. We are not forcing you, but yes, trust me that if any of you support in whatever form, that will be really, really helpful for us, for entire farming community. Thank you.
Excellent. And we almost came to our end of our show. And quickly, each one of you, one last final question. Food security bill, a boon to the farmer or bane to the farmer? Manish, yes or no?
No, in my personal view, I don't think this food security bill. Sorry, it's not about this food security bill. I don't get. So I think it's not about this. No, I didn't get.
Okay, Manish. Sorry, Shashank. Food security bill, good for the farmer or bad for the farmer?
I don't think there will be a direct impact to the farmers, because they are, again, the reason is like they are very small farmers. For them, it's important to, get more income from agriculture, and which is helpful for their survival or their family survival. I don't think there is a direct impact on their life.
Yeah, Amrinder, food security bill, yes or no?
No, definitely not. Because we are seeing actually what are the major problems here in the farmers, and if any big companies come, then again there will be the middleman involved, and they are not, no big companies is going to directly procure from the farmers. So again, no from my side also.
Okay, because a lot of times the government started initiatives. It generally ends it's like in Andhra Pradesh there is 1 kilo of rice for 2 rupees. It's like they buy very low cost from the farmer, and then that's the impact on the farmer. That's our understanding. I don't know how there's a lot of in and out for food security bill, but I just thought I'll go over your perspectives. All three of you, Amrinder, Shashank, Manish, it's a great pleasure. It's a great honor to have all three of you. We from NRI Samay, we wish you very good luck for all your endeavors in future. I'm sure, 1000% sure, and the references of your great work is what we got from your IIT friends, Karthik, Dinne, others have referred you, saying that you just at NRI Samay can't miss talking to these people. You have to talk to them to understand how they are working for farmers. So it's a great pleasure and honor. So thank you very much, friends, all three of you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very extraordinary show, friends. Friends, hopefully you liked today's show. From NRI Samay, we promise you to bring great shows every Saturday and Sunday. Please pass on this message of NRI Samay to all your friends. Ask them to subscribe. Their email IDs on the top of this page, nrisamay.com. You'll be notified. One email will come in about the upcoming shows. And I'm sure, I promise you, from NRI Samay, we never ever spam your email boxes. So please do subscribe to NRI Samay. And also you can try going to NRI Samay at googlegroups.com. Just post in a message there and then we'll get connected to you. Also, tomorrow, please join us back same time, 9 a.m. Pacific time, United States time, 9:30 p.m. India time. We'll be live with Ravi Kuchimanchi, founder of Association of India's Development Aid. It's a 22 years old, close to 22 years old organization, and you must be really aware of this, friends. This man is the motivation behind the movie Swadesh. Ashutosh Gawarikar has taken a movie Swadesh with Shah Rukh Khan, and this man is the inspiration behind that fantastic movie. So tune in back tomorrow, friends, and listen to the show. And for now, this is Srikanth Kocharla Kota, the host from NRI Samay, signing off. Thank you very much, friends.